In this video, I'm going to give you all the major travel tips to get to know Miami and several other tips so you won't have any surprises, because there are a lot of surprises that tourists go through when visiting Miami for the first time. So we've selected a very nice video here with the main tips and everything you need to do to have the best possible experience in the city of Miami. So go ahead guys, don't forget to give us a like, subscribe to the channel and buckle up. Hey guys, for those who don't know me, I'm Gabriel Lorenzi, creator of the Grupo Dicas, the largest travel content network in the world, and today we're gonna talk about Miami. What to do in Miami, what are the main tips for Miami, what are the surprises that most tourists go through, all the main tips that you must know before traveling there. We have already had dozens of videos about Miami here, and we decided to make a summary of the main and essential tips for your trip. So without further ado, let's start this. First tip to avoid surprises: if you haven't planned your trip yet and haven't bought tickets, you need to choose the right time. This is very important information that many people are having surprises, especially now. It's July in the summer, it's the peak of summer here, July and August. We're in the beginning of August now, but it's the peak of the summer in Florida, both in Orlando and Miami. Guys, it's extremely hot, okay? It's the hottest summer in recent years, both in Orlando and Miami, and people are struggling to stay at the beach, to go on tours, because it's a very strong summer. So my tip is to try to avoid July and August, because it's summer here in the United States. In addition to be very hot, it's the time when those heavy rains come in the evening, and it's also high season. Everything's more expensive, everything's busier. So if you can avoid July and August, which is this intense summer and hustle in the city, especially in Miami Beach, try to avoid it. And December is also a very busy month, very crowded, so things are almost double the price. If you can travel in any other months, guys, that's great. Grab spring, grab autumn. From March to June, it's already warm, already nice. You will enjoy the beach. Or in September to November, because December and January are winter, it's cold, but not so much. But be aware, because this will greatly influence your trip, guys. Another point, now that I'm here, this is the most important tip: do not travel during spring break. What's spring break? It's the holidays. It's practically 10 consecutive days. It's the whole week and a little more that students have for school holidays, and Miami is becoming a madness. Everyone's going to Miami Beach, and the beaches become a mess, really messy. Then search there and you will see, just Google it, when is the spring break of year X. Put the year you're going to visit to be sure. Another very important tip, guys: Miami Beach is not Miami. People get a little confused. Miami Beach is an island connected to the city of Miami, but Miami Beach is an independent city, okay? So things there are different, the costs, the fees are a little different, but it's practically the same thing. If you stay in a well-located place, you can explore both areas, because there are cool things to do in Miami Beach and there are cool things to do in Miami. So this is the tip, because sometimes people travel there and don't exactly know what it is. I think Miami Beach is just a beach, but no, I'm putting a map here for you to understand how it works, but it's connected by a bridge. It's super easy. And here's another cool tip: there are many hotels in Miami Beach, which is the most touristic part. People want to stay there on Ocean Drive, which is the busiest avenue full of beachfront bars in Miami Beach. It's very lively, so people want to stay there more. The hotels are more expensive and have fewer options because they are smaller with fewer room choices. You will see that there are at most 4, 5, 6 floors there. They are smaller hotels and it gets very lively. So besides being expensive and vibrant, there's another option that we mentioned we really like and have stayed at recent times, which is the downtown area, which is in Miami itself, in the city, very close, 15 minutes by car you arrive at Miami Beach. But it's a more commercial center. It has those gigantic buildings, and there are many good affordable hotels, because there are those towers of 40, 50 floors. There are many hotel options, so you can find good, cheaper hotels and stay in a quieter, safer area with great restaurants, bars. It's a very nice region. I prefer to stay there, and when I want to go to Miami Beach, we're usually by car. We rent a car, take the car and go there. It's super simple, but this downtown area is called Brickell. Downtown is big, has several neighborhoods. Look for the Brickell area. I'll write it here for you to see. I'll even help, guys. This personalized map that you're seeing on the screen right now is a map that we already prepared for you. Go to the video description and the first pinned comment, click on that link. The map of the best downtown region will open. I'll also leave the one for Miami Beach, but check the downtown one first. It's a map we made with the best region. Staying within that circle, that area, you can't go wrong. You'll be in a great region. We've organized everything there for you. It's the world's largest hotel booking website. I've set everything up. We use it a lot because of the free cancellation tip. We use this strategy. It's very good. A great tip for Miami because accommodations in Miami are expensive. They are one of the most expensive in the United States, but there's a tip which is booking in advance. The earlier you make a reservation, the cheaper you pay. So this website's cool because it has free cancellation with almost all the hotels. You find a good hotel for a good price, make the reservation as soon as possible. If you need to change later, switch your rooms, cancel, it's just a click. No bureaucracy. At least you ensure yourself a good accommodation. I'll also leave the links of the hotels we stayed at, both in Miami Beach and downtown. They are very good. They have great value for money. Some are inexpensive. We talked about the areas. It's important to emphasize about safety. This is a surprise that people go through and why they think Miami is the United States. It's all safe, but it's like this. It's very safe compared to the places I visited, I lived, but there are plenty of tourists. Miami, like any other big city, has its areas, so be careful. Stay in the areas we mentioned here. If you go to some places, some neighborhoods, you will see that it starts to change a bit. The scenario isn't as nice anymore, so just be cautious. There's no major risk, nothing in these touristic areas. The risk there are thefts. No one's going to rob you there, come do nothing, but thefts could happen, so stay alert as we always do. As in any big city in the world, be mindful of your bag. Use pockets, that bag with a zipper, keep it in front, stay alert, be on guard, because what can happen, especially in the area of Miami Beach, which is quite busy, someone pickpocketing you, wallet thieves, you know, but without you seeing it, without noticing it, so keep an eye out to avoid headaches. But overall, it's considered a very safe city for tourists who visit there. You just have to be careful as in any other city. And transportation, Gabriel, how will I get around Miami? What's the best way? Today, most tourists rent a car. It's our first option. I think it's very cool. And why? The most beautiful beaches, guys, that's another very good tip. They're all up towards Miami. Everything is 40 minutes, an hour, 15 minutes away. And in Miami, you can even use Uber to stay downtown, to go to Miami Beach. Uber works really well. But to be going to these beaches, to the outlets, to Sawgrass, it's almost 15 minutes from Miami Beach, which is Florida's largest outlet. It's worth going, so the car ends up helping and making life much easier in Miami. But there are some points where you could have surprises and won't anymore, because we're going to give you everything in advance here, guys. The first thing in Miami, be careful with parking. There are several places to park, but in the street, when you park, you have to pay. It's super simple. When you park in a street spot, you see that there's a machine for you to swipe your card there and add how many hours you want. It's super easy. You enter your car plate, the number of hours, and you're done. Or there will be a QR code stuck there for you to make the payment online. It's super easy, super quick, but pay, because sometimes people don't know, they think it's free and they do fine you, okay? So just pay attention. And there are several parking lots that are big garages and buildings. There are 5-6 floors of parking. Through Google Maps, Waze, you can already identify them instantly. Many appear. They are everywhere. And then you pay $5 for the first 2 hours, $3. So already consider parking fees, because in Miami, you will pay for practically everything you do. But the car, I think, is the main option. If you don't want to rent a car, you can use Uber. It will be a bit more complicated to go to those distant places. It will be very expensive, but you can also use it. The car, guys, don't go to the rental companies. Golden tip down here in the video description, also in the comments. I'll leave you the comparison link, guys. It's an incredible tool that we discovered in recent years. It compares prices at all rental companies and shows the cheapest options. It's cheaper than in the rental company itself. Do a comparison, you will see it's the cheapest place for you to rent a nice car in Miami and everywhere else in the world. We only use this website. Now talking about beaches, surely you include a beach in your itinerary. People who go to Miami usually go for the beach, shopping and partying. The perfect combination for a Miami trip, but the beaches, let's go. Miami Beach, which is in the tourist center where you'll be. Is it nice? Yes, but it gets very crowded and it's quite lively. A tip, go all the way to the right. There's South Pointe Park, which is the end of the beach. They've even made a very nice park there for you to stroll. It has showers, toys, a lot of things to visit on the beach, and it's less crowded. It's a calmer area. I found it more beautiful. But if you want truly beautiful and paradisiacal beaches, you have to go north. Head north on the map. Up there you will find Hollywood Beach. It's our favorite. We went there about 5 months ago. It's about 3.5 hours from here in Orlando. We loved it. It's a much prettier beach. The boardwalk is quieter. It's very nice to visit. Also Fort Lauderdale, and then you research. There are several beaches along the way. And a tip for beaches for you to avoid surprises. Many people go unprepared and it happens. You can rent chairs, hotels, restaurants provide them, but it's expensive. On the beach there are people who rent chairs, but it will be $15 per item. $15 for a chair, another $15. There's the parasol. In the end it costs $50 per person. If you go to Walmart, Target, Publix, any supermarket or even a pharmacy, CVS, you can buy a towel. We always do this, a very large towel or even a chair for $10 and a parasol for $10, $15. You have them with you, put them in the trunk when you arrive at any beach. At least you already be equipped and you'll be able to use them easily. And don't drink alcohol on the beach, guys. It's prohibited. Causes issues here. You can't. It's not like in Brazil where you open your beer, have a drink. No, you can't consume alcohol on the beaches. So be aware of that too, as it's a strict rule there. You really can't do it. And Miami is a city where you won't spend much on attractions. The attractions are the beaches, the outlets. There are some things you need to buy tickets for. If you're going to buy in advance. It's cheaper. There's a website we know that has very good prices. I'll leave it below. It sells all the tours, transfers if you're arriving in the airport and now renting a car. They have very cheap and reliable transfers to take you and also to take you back from the airport to the hotel. Now, there's another company we got to know. We did a tour with them twice where you hire a private boat, negotiate with them. There are boats for 6, 8 people, up to 14, 16 people. They have boats, yachts of all types. I'll post some pictures here for you to see. It's a more exclusive experience. Someone will be waiting for you, will leave when you agree, do the route you want. When you get there, they'll ask you, do you want to do this? Want to go to the restaurant? Want to stop at the beach or just stroll around? You choose what you want to do. There will be someone there driving for you, and there will also be an attendant who will serve you. You can include food, drinks. There's a cooler, drinks, guys. It's very cool. You can put your speaker, play Spotify on the radio to play the music you want. For those in groups of more than 6 people, I think it's really worth it. It's all here on the website. Check which one suits you best, but most tours are free and it's just pretty much sightseeing and getting to know Miami in full, because it's really a good city, a very beautiful one. So check it out. It's all here in the description of the video for you. Another tip to avoid a lot of trouble, guys, that's cheap, is international travel insurance. For those who don't know, when you leave the country, you have the option to get international travel insurance that covers you for several costs you might have abroad. Cost of medical, dental assistance, loss of luggage, baggage loss, situations. A medical consultation here, guys, is at least $500, $600, and an overnight stay then over $10,000, okay? It's very expensive. And insurance covers all of that, and it's inexpensive. Just so you have an idea, the last one we got for 7 days ended up costing $17 per person, but it's on a website we know that's very cheap. We've been using it for about 2-3 years. I'll also leave it here below in the description. Take a look. It's a comparison website, just like for the car. You compare prices among the insurers. It shows much cheaper prices, and it's usually half the price compared to the travel agencies. The same insurance, because you're going directly to the source, really the cost price of the insurance. Another important point for you not to have trouble on your trip is your cell phone's internet. If you travel with your cell phone the way it is and do nothing, you probably won't be able to use it here in the United States, and if you do, you will activate international roaming, which is very expensive. What the phone companies charge is a fortune. It's the worst option of all. Some companies offer some packages, check yours, but in general, what most people do, what we do too, is to buy an international travel SIM card. It's a SIM card you use it only during your trip. You receive it at your home. Now they have the eSIM technology, which is the electronic chip. You receive an email with a QR code, you scan it on your cell phone, install the QR code, you'll be installing a virtual chip on your phone, you can use it instantly, so it's very good. Take a look. I'll leave the one we use the most below. Then you can use it for all the trips, especially in tourist cities like this, with a lot to research, hours, maps, Google, Waze. It helps a lot to take a look, see which SIM card suits you best. Usually it's the best way to use the internet smoothly and unlimited in the United States, where you really need for you to do your things and use social media as well. The last tip, Orlando. Is it worth coming here to Orlando when you go to Miami? Yes, if you have more than 6-7 days. If it's a 6-day trip, 5 days, or even a 7-day, it's very rushed. Focus on first getting to know Miami, or here in Orlando, or another opportunity you visit the other destination. Now, if you're staying for 10, 12, 15 days, then it's worth it. It depends a lot on your preferences, on how you distribute the days between each place. But the trip here, if you rent a car in Miami, takes about 4 hours and 20. It's an easy trip. You can do it easily. It's a bit tiring because it's a straight road. It's a straight one, almost endless road, but you can do it. It's one of the options, but don't try to mix both if you have few days. Many people do that. It's a mistake, as it tires you out. And guys, down below in the video description, I'll leave all the links organized that you need to plan your trip. These are websites we know, we've discovered over the years. They're all the cheapest places for you to hire each services, which hotel we stayed at, which tickets, the website that sells all the tickets much cheaper, the global account, the SIM cards, everything is on the video description. Use the description of this video to plan your trip. That way you surely won't have any issues and you have the best possible experience of all. And that's it, guys. I hope you liked the video. If you like it, please don't forget to give us a like and subscribe to the channel, because it really helps us a lot. And here on the side, I'll leave the 2 most important videos of this destination for you to watch and keep on watching. So thank you very much, guys, and have nice trips.